All right, greetings. I think we are live. All right, so greetings to everybody that's watching and everybody that's going to be watching later on. I want to give everybody some good information, especially if you're a business owner, in the Black community. I'm talking about access to capital, funding, and money, right? So there is a lot of funding that's available for businesses right now. The question is, are you looking at the right place? Are you looking at the right sources? So right now, the first thing is this. You want to be able to tap into take advantage of the SEBA funding that's available that the government has been talking about for quite some times now. That's the SEBA is the Canada Emergency Benefit or Business Account. So look into that. That's the SEBA account. Every business owner, if you're a Black business owner, if you're an entrepreneur in the Black community, you should be looking into that and you should be tapping into that funding, right? It's a $40,000 loan for 2 years, interest free, and then after the 2 years, then depending on the if you pay it out fully, then you get to keep the $10,000. Now, the information is there. You just got to go look for it, right? The government of Canada has been talking about this for months now. They've changed the eligibility, they've changed the criteria to make it so that every business qualifies for this loan. So if you're a Black business owner, you're looking for funding, you're looking for capital for your business, you have to look into the SEBA loan. If you haven't gotten yet, look into that. Go talk to your accountant, go get the information because the funding is available. It's there for you. Government has done everything within their criteria to make it so that every business is eligible. Every business can access that. So they've changed the criteria so that it can fit even small businesses like yourself. So if you're a small business, you're a contractor, you're mom and pops, and you're looking for funding, you gotta look into the SEBA loan. Get the information. It's there. Go to the government of Canada. Talk to an accountant on how you can tap into this, because if you miss this, then you miss this loan, because it's a good little loan, $40,000 interest free for 2 years. So you want to look into that, right? Look into that to see if you qualify for it, because it looks like almost every business, anybody that has a business is eligible for this loan. So if you've been impacted with COVID in terms of payroll, in terms of marketing, look into the SEBA loan. Please go look into get the information, talk to an accountant, see how you can qualify for that, right? How you can get this SEBA loan, this Canada Emergency Business Account that the government of Canada has been talking about it for a few months now for businesses. So if you're a Black business owner, look into that. There is funding. Funding is available. You just have to look into the right source. So that's one area. That's one avenue. And then there's also alternative lenders, alternative financial institution. They're also giving out loans, right? Now these lenders, they're looking at they will look at your cash flow, right? Your business activities to see if there's been activities in your account. If they'll look at your credit. Now some of them, they don't. Credit is not the most important thing. The most important thing is cash flow, is activities within your account to see if if there's been consistent activities in your bank account coming in. So I'm talking about sales, revenue coming in. So a lot of these alternative lenders, fintech companies, that's what they look at. They don't really prioritize. They don't put a lot of importance on your personal credit. They put more importance on account activities, revenue, sales that's going on into your account. That's what they'll look at, right? You can, they can work with you, right? If your credit is bad, so the credit part of it is not their main priority. The main priority that they're looking at is cash flow, revenue, sales that's coming into. So that's private lenders, that's alternative lenders. So you have the banks, you have the government, and you have private lenders or / fintech lenders. So if you're a Black business owner, there's loans that's available. Information is there. You just got to tap into. You got to talk to the right people. Don't listen to everybody, right? There's loans, there's grants, there is funding, there's financing that's available for small business owner. The banks are giving out finance. Now with the banks, it's based on your credit. So your credit has to be good, it has to be decent. If you have good credit, then go with the banks. They have the lowest interest rate. They can help you out with that. If you don't have good credit, then you might want to look at the fintech companies or the alternative lenders. they don't look at your credit. As I mentioned, they look at your account activities, right? And they're able to work with you. So you want to be able to tap into these capital that's available right now. Government of Canada, as I mentioned, the CEBA program. They've been talking about this for a few months. You got to tap into it before it runs out. And then you have private lenders, right? There's so many of them out there, right? That you can inbox us, you can inbox me. I have a list. We have a list of private lenders that we can work with, that we can kind of direct you if you're a small business owner and you're looking for funding. And as I mentioned, there's the banks which look at your credit history. Right now with the banks, there's a strategy. Even if your credit is not bad, if your credit is not good, as long as if you're incorporated, you can get another officer, so you can get another person. You add them into the incorporation, and if that person has good credit, now they can now go and apply for funding with these banks, right? So there's always a strategy for funding, for money. If you're a business owner, there's a lot of capital, there's a lot of credit that's available. Credit is not going anywhere. There's too much credit for business owners right now. The banks and the government and the economy, they're depending on business owners to access these capital, because they need the economy to get up again. They need the economy to start functioning, and it's business owners like yourself that that push the economy, right? You with the products and services that you're selling. So there's funding. Just gotta tap into it. You gotta know who to talk to. Talk to us. Talk to myself. We have the resources to get you funded, to get your business funded, to connect you with lenders, to connect you with the right resources. That's what it's about. It's connecting with the right people. So if you're a Black business owner, you cannot miss this opportunity to tap into the abundance of credit capital that's available right now. Remember, it's not just the banks. There are a lot of lenders, alternative lenders, fintech lenders. And as I mentioned, there's different criteria that they look at, right? Your personal credit. With the banks, will be your personal credit. With private lenders, alternative lender, it will be your account activity, what's sales and so on. So there's different strategies. And as I mentioned, I gave you a strategy. If you're listening, I gave you a strategy. If you want to go the bank route, and if your credit is not good, as long as you're incorporated, you can add a director, or you can add an officer in that incorporation. And if that person has good credit, right, then they can go apply for the funding. Right now, given that you do your due diligence, you make sure that the individual, the officer, or the director, that the person that you want to add into your incorporation, you make sure that you sit down and explain what's going on and so on. And then from there on, you can go and start applying for the funding with the banks. Until then, I will continue doing this video and then giving you all some more information. So small business owner, Black business owners, do not miss out on the opportunity to tap into the vast amount of credit that's available right now for you. Peace and blessings.